my friends. Welcome back once again. It's Hambbage, and we're going to do some more hardcore vanilla Minecraft starting right about now. Let's get going. Deja vu all over again. And in some sense, I hope it's not too much deja vu, but we're going to do another flying episode. We're out somewhere in the midst of who knows where around our new 117 Copper Clad Mine endpoint from our nether. So we spent an episode flying and wandering. We explored some tundra. We explored some mountains on top of which we currently stand. All kind of for naught. We don't have any further insight as to what's going on with this rumored powder snow and how to find it or get stuck in it or get out of it or any of that other stuff. It's just a mystery. But mysteries can be fun, and we'll enjoy trying to solve this one. Got both the boxes, got the wings on. And who knows what way we're flying. Now, I did not give this poor world much of a chance to load. We just kind of dove in and started. Not that it matters a whole lot when you're flying. I mean, you're going to quickly outstrip anything that's already loaded into the world. But a couple episodes ago was a pretty good example of that. Speaking more to folks that may be catching these down the road, not watching them as they pop. There was an episode couple or so ago where I started overlooking a flowery forest biome. I was standing in the middle of some plains by a big tree, and out in the distance was a big mountain. And the intent and appeal of that was to I thought for a second that maybe those were all snow block, but no. Still just little sections. Yeah, and when the world first loaded, the mountain that I had taken the thumbnail picture of in the distance wasn't visible. It was unloaded, and that's usually, that's the way the game is designed to be the most appealing play. Is it loads the stuff immediately around you first. Makes sense. And you can be playing while it's still gathering resources, marshalling all its concentration, if you will, to load up the rest. So but, at this point, we're either backtracking over the same tundra we already explored, or we're covering new stuff. And again, I keep looking, expecting that, if this powder snow is deep, that we might see edges of it with fully snow blocks. But I haven't seen anything like that yet. There's another igloo. I think we're going to skip that one. Even if there's a villager in there, we've got a few. We got one out this way. Maybe someday we'll regret that, but I think with all our emerald production and everything, it's counterproductive to what we're trying to do, which is find some biomes or maybe find some more snow. Deep snow. Powdery, light, dry, champagne powder snow that floats you. It doesn't, see, then as soon as you get up high a little bit, they all start to look like solid snow blocks until you can get low enough to see the angle. Yeah, I don't know what the answer to this riddle is. Wish I did. Wish I may, wish I might, blah, 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 blah. It's always fun just flying out over nothing. And I don't know how much of that is laptop generation, how much of it is just the Java world building. It's certainly a combination. I have, for the laptop and, for how I have it set up, I think this game does incredibly well, considering I'm also running OBS and, like in this case, I'm uploading alongside it. So I have browser, YouTube, there's data stream going in both ways. That's all I/O management stuff that the laptop has to handle, and it doesn't have a super robust video, and no designated capture card or anything like that. I mean, for anybody who listens and watches some of the most widely viewed streamers, and you're on the chat and you're hearing all the updates and stuff, you gotta understand it always. Ooh, see, there's sand falling into that hole. You've got to understand that some of that is flex, some of it is just doing it because you can, and some is certainly, when you get to a certain level, having every edge you can. And if you're playing competitively, and I've never played whatchamacallit, the battle royal type game stuff. Sometimes you need that edge, especially when you're fighting against human competitors. But I say all this stuff about my laptop because it is a very, I just decided I wanted to do this to reach out to people and to hopefully connect with other people that really enjoy hardcore vanilla Minecraft and get capture of some of my play. So many times you lose a world and it's just gone. You can't get back to it. You're not going to go in spectator mode. But having video at least lets you go, oh yeah, I remember that build. How did I do that? Or what was I actually using in those? And so just having the video, years down the road, I can come back and maybe glance at some of these and be like, oh yeah, what was that fortress that we built? What did that station, that was the first one I recorded building on my nether highway. What did that look like? What materials did I use? Remember when Minecraft was just in 1.17? Remember all those old textures? Let's go look at those. All that kind of stuff. It's cool to have a record and have something a little more permanent than just a hardcore world, which can, part of the fun is that it can be gone at any point. But yeah, I don't let gear be a barrier to your getting started with your own YouTube or streaming or whatever, your story, because we all have stuff to share, and I've used the phrase before. It's a quote from Warren Miller, who's a ski movie maker. From the 60s through probably the early 90s, he was active. And then, Warren Miller, the industry still, or the company, still produces videos every year. So, but he always said in regard to skiing, if you don't go now, you'll be a year older when you do. And, it's so true. You're not gonna be more ready. And with skiing, you're gonna get older, you're gonna get more tired, slower and all that kind of stuff. And usually by the time you start looking at some, extreme and travel type stuff, you're already, you're not just a kid anymore. You're looking at skiing usually, from your 20s and that kind of stuff on. And the idea that, time is fleeting. Your body will not be as naturally ready. Wow. Big, dangerous mountain spire. You got any crazy snow up on top of you, Mr. Mountain? I'd sure like to see some crazy snow. I don't, though. Man, we're almost out of another stack of rockets. And yeah, with YouTube or Twitch or anything else like that, it's one of those deals. You're just as I did. Go back and look at my first videos. They're out there. I'm not hiding them from anybody. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna sound goofy. You're not gonna know how the tools are working. There was like an entire half episode. I left a notepad out because I wasn't looking at what my capture image looked like, and I still run that risk now when I'm working on my laptop, because I can't have the game and the recording capture image side by side. I wouldn't have enough room to see what I was doing in the game. So those are just limitations, and you have to get used to those. But don't feel like, oh man, if I ever did something like that, I'd never be able to do it again. The content creators that you watch and know do all those kind of things too when they're getting started. Nobody is born an expert or a pro or an all-star sports person. You have to grow and you have to make the mistakes. The mistakes are how we learn and we get better. So go out there and make them. Embrace that fact and do it because it's fun to do if it is for you. If it's not, just enjoy content of other people. But don't feel, oh, I don't have a super capture card, or I don't have a video graphics card that's dedicated to putting through, at the highest resolution speed, or I can't capture in 4K, therefore I shouldn't do it. Doesn't matter. Totally doesn't matter. I mean, maybe in the most crystal clear of games, you're going to worry about that. But for something like Minecraft, I mean, it's pixel art, it's blocks that are defined out to, and yeah, you might use shaders to add a little bit of vibrance to that, but again, there's no reason why having or not having those. Oh, good timing. Is a reason not to get started. And if you're worried about it, trust me, there are so many of your favorite people out there that all they do is go change their name, create a new account, And once they have a loyal fan base, they then go out and say, okay, yeah, I'm switching logins. There will be a tweet out there that'll say, hey, to catch my content, switch over to this account, and then that will mysteriously disappear. And the old accounts will all go offline, and it's a little sad, but I get why you do it, but it's basically just sanitizing. I'm like, oh yeah, I've always been there, I've always done that, and it certainly makes you look a little more professional. But I think, in a world where I'd like to see everybody being able to, or confident enough to just get started and put their stuff out there. It's a bit sad, that it's not out there. But yeah, maybe someday you got the time and the viewers and all that you want to make a cringe video. So I certainly wouldn't limit those. One thing that you can do though is you can mark your early video. If there's something really bad, yeah, just mark it as private. It'll be away, and the little fibs out there, oh, I failed to hit record on the button. That can happen, I'm sure, but it can also, just be a way of, if you accidentally said something. Again, I haven't even figured out yet. Still haven't made a decision about what kind of video editing software I want to use. So you're getting it all from me. If I don't hit mute on the on the mic, it's going in there. But with just a little bit of editing, you can bleep out if you say something that is really something you don't want people to hear, or if you make a mistake in the game or something like that, or worse, if somebody, your parents or something comes in, or a friend, and calls you by your real name, or or a phone call or something like that's going in the background, just cut it out, bleep it. The one thing when you say, oh, you can start whenever you want, depending on your age, check with your parents. There's a maturity, and you don't want to be learning some lessons the hard way about, oh yeah, I put personal information out there for unfiltered consumption of the internet. That's a little scary. You don't want to end up learning the hard way that there can be people out there that make I don't know why the motivation. It's kind of like trolls and all that. Sometimes it's just to get a laugh and all that, but it can spiral out of control when there's one-upsmanship. When, oh, you did that, well, I can be more edgy than that. I know I found out this person's name, and now I can I found out where they were born. I know what their family's names are. And they start dropping that kind of stuff, and that doesn't even get into the more criminal, getting your identity and using that stuff maliciously. I don't think that streaming or recording videos or anything, it makes you particularly vulnerable to that over other stuff. It's much more the real world, that there are people out there that, can become unhealthily attached, and it's best to learn a little bit about that through real life. Get to the point when you're out there having relationships in real life, where there's people and friends around, and it is the real world, and you're getting those things face to face. Once you've had, a number of whether they're boyfriend-girlfriend relationships or just best friends that, kind of start great, go wrong, sour over time. You learn how people react when they think things were going a certain way and their expectations aren't met. Well, you can find that happens when you put yourself out there publicly just through videos and things like that too. So, and it's not that the people are trying to be bad. They just, they may have unrealistic expectations for how much you can individually care about them or others as they consume your content, and you're talking to them. They feel that is, hey, we must be getting close. Can we make it? Oh boy, not the right time to do all that and take a little nap. Good. Yeah, and if those people happen to have access to your community or, found out then where you lived or anything like that, that could get a little scary. And again, it's unlikely, incredibly unlikely. The comments and the people and the stuff that I've gotten back, and very small sample size. I mean, you guys can go check my view counts. I am not it's a trickle, not a flood. But I've been very fortunate. The people that have taken the time to comment and reach out to me either through private messages or through the public comments have been so nice and inclusive and all that it's really been amazing. And it's more than I could have hoped for the encouragement and the share. Oh yeah, I like this, or I don't do that when I play. You gave me a new idea for some kind of content to try. All that kind of stuff. Hugely worth it. So I would definitely encourage it. And the way that I got started on this was talking about the laptop. Doesn't matter, if you have an old beater laptop, as long as it can run the software and you have just a little cheapo headset, something that can record and also let you hear the audio, I'd say go for it. Start dropping down your own stuff, and don't expect any views. I put a couple hundred videos up, maybe not quite that many yet, but getting close to 200 total in a couple months. So that's a lot of content going really fast and every day. And I haven't overly tried to market it. I've tried to drop into people's streams in Twitch, and I've tried to comment on other videos and say, hey, that's what I like. I tried this. If it's relevant, don't just be a jerk spammer and go, hey, come check out my stuff on somebody else's. But, if they're talking about, hey, I do this and this is how I try, that's where I'm like, yeah, I'll drop a comment or a screenshot and say, hey, I tried this. If you're interested in seeing that comparison, come on over, and be seen. But don't do that unless you're honestly going to come back and hang out with the original content creators stuff as well. If you're legitimately consuming it and enjoying it and a viewer of their stuff, then I think it's appropriate. And if they have a Discord, don't do it in all the channels, but usually people will have like a self-promotion. Feel free to put stuff in there to share and point others back to you. And if you have nice comments that are relevant, people will check that out. If I get a comment from somebody, if people are nice enough to share that feedback with me, I'm going to definitely put that back in to the feedback, or take their name, whoever the person was that was nice enough to comment, and check to see, are they making their own content? If so, you can bet if you took the time to give me a comment, I'm going to give you the same respect and take the time to see what it is that you're doing. What games do you play? Do you have content? And most often those people are kind of the same, you know, few dozen to a couple hundred views generally. Um, but they're responding too. When you get to a content celebrities type level where you have, you know, hundreds to thousands of viewers for all your things, and there's, dozens of comments through, you may still get the chance to respond to the comments. I would always respond to that until it's just completely overwhelming. Um, but you may not have the chance to go back and review every single commenter's content. And if that's the case, then, um, hey, for one thing, you've already got a great problem to have, but second, just um, try to reflect that and give the hype, acknowledge the comments, and be truthful and honest with what you can and can't do from your own time perspective, and at least try to randomly maybe go and check through a few of them each time you get a chance, because a lot of people will that are trying to be a part will comment a few times, and don't do any of that with the expectation that you're gonna get a response. When you're first starting out, I waded through lots of videos before I was even getting many views or any kinds of comments. Likes kind of start, I think, before comments. And personally, I don't want to sound hypocritical. A lot of my content I watch either through the PlayStation or through Roku, and you can get logged in, and now I have on all those, so I can drop likes for other content creators and stuff, and share that feedback. But for a long time I didn't, and I'm still not logged in through my PlayStation. It's just so many different things. So those, I just play through. I don't get likes on all of them. So I understand. The views help. That lets people know that you're out there. But the likes and subscribes, even more than for any kind of algorithm and stuff, they help the creator know that you appreciated them. You got that feedback back to them that, yeah, you're doing good. It's just as simple as, yeah, that's positive. If you don't have time to comment or anything else, that's okay. But at least you gave that little bit of a nod. All right, there's that sealed up. Couple different little avenues to get back up there if we ever want to. What do we want to do here? Yeah. So while I was rambling there, it's fingers crossed time as we hope for Deep Slate, I think it's called, and the other stuff, the whatchamacallits, Addles. Sorry about the phone, guys. Give me 1 second here. I don't think this is the call I've been waiting for, but... The phone was right. The spam risk was Dealer Service Industries trying to tell me about my car's warranty. Sorry for that interruption. As I mentioned way back a couple videos ago now, but when I was first starting for today, the PC shop that is working on my computer said that they would be calling with various updates and status or anything like that, and haven't heard anything to this point, which may be good news. That's good. If there's no issues, then hopefully they're just doing their thing. But I am, that was kind of what I was leading into here while I was talking about all these various topics. Oh, now you gotta get all loady slow. It was just an arrow. It looked weird. Darkness. Got some weird swampy looking. Oh, that's maybe savanna grass. That's why it's a weird color. So yeah, as I'd mentioned in previous videos, I got my phone here. It's not silenced. I don't want to miss a call where the guy says, "Hey, I need to do this. Do I have your permission?" or anything like that. Because he said that he would check before doing anything along those lines. So that's why we may have a few rings, and since it showed up as spam risk, and since I've never gotten a call from that shop before, I mean, I doubt they would be spam indicated, but hey, you were supposed to die on the second shot. Yeah, I'm gonna be more certain to answer the calls than miss out at the moment. Wow, that was so I'm sitting here blind and vulnerable on that side. Anything could come and get me, like that creeper. Okay, got him. Got him. Ugh. What? I was gone and around the corner before he decided to blow up. Thanks, game. We aren't even to level 50 yet, although we're getting there any second. So expect that this will ratchet up and should be, You got some gunpowder in your hand there? There we go. Alright, bring on the level 50 mob spawn rates. I don't know where that caps out at. I mean, obviously, if you're sitting at like a level 100, the game doesn't just become impossible. But we certainly noticed it when we returned to the Wither Skelly Scully farm and had been, kind of at level like 40 or so, and then went back below level 10. And it was like there were no mobs around. So there's levels where that difficulty does definitely increase, but I think it maybe caps. And I've never been able to discern from like the debug screen what all those exactly mean, like the local difficulty versus whatever, how the days impact all that. And there's a lot going into it that makes it not just totally seamless and visible, right? It kind of affects how those mechanics play out, which is very cool. Oh. Ooh. A little spawner action. Okay. Back out. Nobody wanted to follow me into the hole? You did. Just gonna keep kind of rolling here. Get whatever that is out of the way before it falls on my head at a bad moment. So maybe a zombie spawner. He was the guy I didn't really want to have to pop up out of a hole and deal with in the midst of a spawner. Oh, love it. Great little cave here. Got some baby zombie out there. Oh, my nose itches. It's the outside. It's not a booger. Just keep kind of plucking away at all this area. Ah! I don't know what I wanted to do. Okay, there's our spawner. Oh, is it just a regular spider spawner? Man, I've already got one of those. That's kind of disappointing, if that's what it is. Yep. I would love... Oh, I want to get all three, really. Skellies. Zombies. And the regular spiders. Cave spiders, man, whatever. You clear them, you get them out. There's no super appeal for collecting their loot. I mean, there's just not as much there to deal with. But the bones from a skelly spawner would be great. I mean, the problem with these guys is there's just... Nice little bit of XP, though. Alright, let's... Before we get caught up on the chests, just try to clear around a little bit. Good to get one of those stacks knocked out. Okay. Tracks kind of did a nice number for us there. Alright. Nothing to worry about there. Hi. Da, 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 da. So we'll definitely enjoy all this coal. It's weird, after the Badlands, there's so little ore when you don't have all the gold. Added to it. Okay, we seem to be back out into cave temporarily. Because here's some more mine. Some more of the glow lichen. And as much as anything else, I want the I just want to see the terrain and see if we can't, I don't know, find whatever underwater or underground lake stuff there is. Some glow stuff on the diorite. Lots more coal. All very good. Still got a little bit of room. Let's clear this stuff on the way back. I'd like to go down where that lava was falling. That looked really deep. And not knowing anything about the depths where the axolotls or the glow squids may spawn, I guess we just gotta keep looking around. Don't know if that's like a different kind of cave biome now. You know, if they made like a cave lake or something. Doesn't seem we can climb the lichen. It's very accurate. Oh, I think we filled up. Okay. Do we have anything left in old purple? Yeah, a little bit. We can stack some of this kind of stuff. Ooh, that went over the top. Let's pull those back. That can fit. That can fit. And we'll just and kind of jam up whatever full stacks we have. Now this one is a continuing box. At least it keeps us going with a little bit more space. Those coals, that iron. Alright, we're getting back over to where this falls was. Oh, that's kind of nice. Extra little turn here. Oh, I mean, I hope that doesn't inadvertently, like, end some kind of habitat. I guess I should think about that. Huh. It's pretty dark down there. Sometimes you can catch a glimpse of a torch you've placed in a different area. Axolotls? Hello? Doesn't seem to go anywhere. Well, let's try it up. You can just hear it now. All the cars outside, like the AC is just thumping all those cars. Okay, this was back the way we come. Was there anything further down here? No. Okay. Doop, doop. Oh! Where are you? Deep slate. All of you. What is that? Is that like lapis in deep slate? Deep slate lapis lazuli ore. Crazy. So does that mean that there's both, or does lapis now only happen in deep slate? Guess we'll find out someday. Ooh. Filling up pretty quick. A deep slate coal? Oh no, I'm not going to be able to pick it up. Come on. So, does that mean that the trolley bit is, you now have to juggle all these, different types of nonsense? Deep slate, stone, coal, arrows. Because that's going to be a bit of a pain. Just saying. But, that being said, if you can, in your own building, like have the ores side by side, very cool. There certainly is a lot. I mean, much like the amethyst, right? Once you find it, there's a ton. Well, we're gonna take all this to figure out what. Maybe we could make chalkboards. How cool would that be? I mean, need a box just for deep slate. Did not expect that it would. I kind of thought more in the andesite, diorite style, where you just kind of maybe it only appears at deeper levels, but when it does, it's just kind of common little pockets of it. This is like uncommon, but huge area where you can just jam your inventory and supply a full build. I don't remember how to get back out of here over here. Make a staircase out. Where are we in terms of depth? We're at 15? So now I'll have to get all this back to kind of play with it and figure out what we can do. I mean, it definitely looked like there were some of the standard building options with deep slate. We saw like deep slate cobble, I think, was the one that was our first taste that this stuff can be reconfigured. Okay, we still got room. Let's go ahead and grab these two. Doesn't seem to ding up the pick too bad, which is nice. I could see, oh, a new block, and by the way, it's super durability chewer. So if you want it, you're ready. This is nice. It seems to break, it's not quite a like a nether rack where you can just mow it. Always nice, but okay. Very cool. Okay, we're gonna need more stone, but let's pop out these first. Make sure we leave enough room to get a little stone. Do I have... Oh, is that iron or gold? That's iron. Hey, more iron. Yay! Yay! Hooray for iron! Alright. That at least should let us get the rest of this mined safely. Quarried. More accurately. Oh, too many. Alright, now... Okay, game, you're alright. Just take a minute. The little block over there is spinning, so I'm not too terrified. Did my mouse just have an issue? Alright, let's give this a second. Fortunately, everything is within easy reach because, as you all know, I just got back from a trip. I got my fully loaded laptop bag right here. I think these are the right size. Nope. Other size. So great having having a laptop bag with lots of pockets in it. I've got better battery stocks in my laptop bag than I do in my home. Double A's, triple A's, I got them. Aren't you guys excited? You're getting like a real behind the scenes look at all of this. There we go. All right, woke up. All right, let's put this in the battery disposal pile. Not in the little travel Ziploc of AA batteries that I have. Those all go back in the bag, ready for the next adventure. See, now if I had some video editing stuff, this would have all been seamless. But hey, look at that, I can move again. And it wasn't the game even struggling. So kudos to Minecraft after all that. Alright. Oop. Got some more goodies over this way. Now, how do I get out when I want to? We are getting close to that, so let's make that a thing. There we go. Oh, and now I'm full. I don't know if we still had random stuffs there or not. Full. Anybody think that deep slate is really code for the deep slate meme? The deep slate, the deep state. Oh yeah, I was just aware they sneak in all messages about the deep state, this deep slate. It makes me think of that though. We gotta be a little careful there. So that was some redstone mixed in here. I like getting all a variety of ores. I just hope they, I mean, it's weird. It's like one of each. And you know what? Why do I want those over the other ores, other than just decorative replacement? Is there anything we can do with those? Also, has finding slate helped us at all in our efforts to construct or otherwise do something with a spyglass? Darn it. Of course, it's the last piece. Thought it was going in the drink there too. I think of all the new ores, the redstone is the one I'm kind of least impressed with. Not that it looks bad or anything. It just looks kind of washed out. The old redstone was so vibrant that wish there was a little bit more of that old brilliance to it. because we are still on the quest of glow squids or axolotls or any of that kind of stuff. All this seems kind of unexciting. Fine, nothing cool there. How about back this way? You guys want to go anywhere? Open back up? Cool new worlds of adventure underground? Anything? There's some gravel. I don't know. That's how I remember playing so much when I was first getting started in this game. Go down deep, try to find a lava lake, and then just expand around the edges of it so you could always kind of see where you were going, what might be there. But I don't think there's anything much out here. Just we have the tools and we can do it. So I don't know, maybe I'm off track. We found the deep slate, which was great. That was our big goal. We still want to find axolotl and deep squid, but now I'm wondering if maybe those are in the ocean and we bring them back to the cave. I mean, it's just weird. If those are the things, why would you find them in the ocean, not in caves or... But then again, I sure am not finding powder snow in mountains or tundras, so who knows where that is either. Okay, we're filling up. That looks... In the inventory, that looks spectacular. It's so dark, but then when you kind of get it out, it gets that little bit more washed out. You get that a little more there. But I think compared to the lapis, the blue, the red against the darker gray looks perfect. That's so good. All right. No, wrong box. Deep slate. We might as well now put that in. So let's deep slate everything that is... Didn't we have like a deep slate coal too? Did I already get that in? Okay, that's that one. That's regular copper. Those are all regular golds. Sure, let's put you in. Then the rest of this stuff, I mean, I guess if we get back to more deep slate, we can swap out and just make a box for easy sorting when we get back. But the rest of the stuff can all continue to grow. Well, very cool. All right. Pick you two up. Let's check the time. No idea. Oh, 104, 47, 48. Awesome. Do we think that those extra 5 minutes are what we allocated to a battery replacement for the mouse? Do we think we can get back to our little base here without going too terribly over? I kind of don't. And I kind of don't know that I want to. I think I want to hang out here. And we'll kind of deal with that one when it comes. We're out in new stuff. Why go all the way back? We got shulker boxes for that. Just put gear away. None of our tools are short. We've got plenty of torches. All that stuff's good. So we'll just leave it here. We'll park it. We'll save it. We will thank you guys because you deserve it. I hope you enjoyed that one. We did some really good stuff. We found deep slate. We were looking for that. We found a bunch of ores that are different because they're in the deep slate. So we have lapis, redstone, iron or copper, and coal all bedded in deep stone. And I would imagine then that diamond, gold, probably copper, iron, whichever of the ones we didn't have, would all be there as well. So we can get a nice collection of all those. But we've got enough, at some point we can play around with building with that kind of stuff. I really wanted a copper roof, but slate roofs could be cool too. There's certainly a thing. We'll see what all the game has in store for us, but that will be eventually when we do get back to the base. I'm not going to worry about all that. We're gathering, we're exploring. So the things we have left to try to determine, and at some point I may look at the snow. I think we've given that a really good try. Before I look anything up, I think we're going to continue to delve the mine, see what more we can find down here. If we kind of wrap that up, or at least, everything we come across seems to have been stuff we've already hung torches on, we're not finding any new content, whatever, then maybe we'll go do a dip in whatever ocean we can find, swim around and see if we can find glow squids or axolotls in oceans now. And, yeah, the other thing I'm not yet going to look up is spyglass. I'd like to discover that on my own, but since it's a new big thing, like why is it cryptic that it's not kind of leading itself out? Is that something they said they updated wandering traders and one of the villager professions with new trades. So what are those, and does that have it? We didn't find it on our cartographer, but that doesn't mean it's not another one. Anyway, we'll figure it out. For now, you guys absolutely rock. As I mentioned, I think in these comments, don't hesitate to give yourselves the opportunity to start creating some content too. But if you have tried before, or you get a vibrant, thriving channel, or have one that never grew beyond kind of the size I'm at, in any event, I appreciate you guys that do show up, and I understand you guys that have done it know how much the comments and the likes and things mean, even if it's not from a totals standpoint. Just the feedback, knowing that there are people out there that are enjoying what you're doing, definitely gives you a boost, makes you want to do it more. So keep those coming. I feed off them, and I definitely welcome feedback. If you guys have ideas, things that I can be trying, all that kind of stuff, keep them coming, and I'll respond as best I can. And would love to check out what you guys are doing in your worlds as well. So until the next time, be sure to get up, stretch your legs, move around, give your eyes and your brain a break from the screens and from the game compression and refresh and all that kind of stuff. Go see life in real life mode, at least just for a few minutes. Get up, move around, get your legs going, and we'll be here when you get back. And while you're up, see if you can do somebody a favor. Hook them up. If it's somebody around your house, something they're maybe working on, can you lend them a hand? Somebody out in the world, maybe they just need a little something. If nothing else, a wave and a smile. Spread some good cheer, good vibes. So you guys do something like that, but stay the awesome people that you are. I will look forward to providing more content for you the next time. Hope you guys will provide some more comments and feedback to me. Stay awesome. We'll see you next time. Until then, bye.